today's video. Happy Wednesday. I know usually, hey Bear, come up here. I know I usually come live on a Tuesday and a Thursday, but I went away on the weekend and I was exhausted. So I moved my live video to today, which is totally fine for me to do because I run my life. I'm kidding. Anyway, Bear, come up here. He might join us today. There is my cat, for those of you who have not met him before. So today's topic is what is the best supplement for stress and anxiety? But before I get into it, if you are new here and you're watching on YouTube, because this is going live in multiple different places across the internet. So if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure that you hit subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. And why would you do that? Because if you're a Christian woman who is struggling mentally or is struggling with regulating your emotions or is struggling with burnout, anything like that, I am here for you. I honestly believe that God's called me to speak on this topic and to share my journey and to share the things that he's led me to that have brought me out of that. I was going through such a difficult time, honestly, all through my childhood and through my teen years and early 20s, and I was struggling with depression and anxiety, and there was a stage where I had work burnout and all these things, to the point where I was struggling to get out of bed in the morning. And then if I did succeed in getting out of bed, which I pretty much always did, but it was a struggle, then I would struggle to make it through the day. And just literally surviving and getting through the day took so much effort that I felt like I didn't have any energy or the mental capacity to actually do big things for the kingdom of God that God's called us to. As Christians, we are designed to have this massive impact on the world around us. If we're in bondage to mental issues and emotional issues, it's very, very, very difficult for us to fulfill that calling. And I think that that's the enemy's tactic, is that he is choosing to attack particularly Christians in the Western church with mental issues, so that we struggle to actually do the things that God has called us to do. So that's what I'm here for, is to share my journey with this. And today's video is a little snippet into that. So today we're talking about supplements, which is kind of a random topic for mental health, but it's very, very applicable, and I'm going to share why. There's a blog post that goes with this. I've got notes in front of me, which is why I keep glancing down, and because it goes with the blog post. So I'm just going to kind of run through the points in the blog post. But it's so interesting. Last night I watched this video on Facebook, actually. I'm going to share it today into my private community. So jump in there if you're not in there already. It's free. And it's just where I can share resources and share my story on a deeper level with you guys. So there's a link in the description of this video. What was I saying? Yes, I'm going to share this video in there. I watched it last night, and it's about functional psychiatry. I didn't even know that this was a thing, really. Obviously I understand because I've been talking on this channel and on this page about using your diet and exercise and supplements and things like this for our mental health, that it does make a difference. But yeah, all the research backs it up. And I watched this video on functional psychiatry where they treat actual mental illnesses and mental health disorders with supplements and with changing diet and things like this. And it actually, the studies, anyway, I'm not going to go all into it, but the studies show specific minerals and things. If you're deficient, come up here. This is Bear, and he always distracts me and I get off topic when he's around. He looks grumpy. I promise he's happy. Anyway, he'll just hang out here. Places in the world where there's not certain minerals, I don't know, I think they tested the water or something, and it literally predicts suicide rates, depending on levels of different minerals in water or something like that, and it directly predicts the level of suicide in that area. Isn't that crazy? Anyway, that's total topic. I'm going to share that in the group this afternoon, so look out for that. But today we're talking about, so the topic is, what is the best supplement for stress and anxiety? And obviously there's a bunch that you can do, and there's a lot of research, as I was just saying, on lots of different supplements. But the one that I want to talk about today is magnesium. It is awesome for stress and anxiety. So here is why. So magnesium plays a key role in hundreds of bodily functions, including helping regulate our nervous system. And this obviously has a direct impact on stress and anxiety. So low magnesium, if you're low in magnesium, you might find that you're more anxious, tense, and more fatigued than usual. So that's kind of what you'll tend to notice. Excuse me. I'm still getting over this cold that I had. It's so annoying. Anyway, I say getting over. I'm over it. It's just the symptoms are sticking around. So yes, so low magnesium, you're usually more anxious, more tense, more fatigued than usual when you're low in magnesium. So how does it help? So it actually helps regulate, first of all, helps regulate the release of cortisol, which we know is our stress hormone. It can reduce the sort of fight or flight, or now there's like a bunch of them, fight, flight, freeze, fawn. I think there's a fifth one now. It reduces that response in us. So if you find that you're constantly in that state of fight or flight, etc., that magnesium can actually help with that. And then thirdly, it actually supports the production of serotonin, which we were talking about, I think, last week. It's our feel-good chemical for our brain. So it supports the production of that. So then you feel better and you feel more happy and light. So they're just a few things. The blog post goes deeper into it. I obviously don't know all this off the top of my head, which is why I've just read a bunch of notes. But the blog post has even more information in there. So jump over there and check it out. And then in future, that's all I had to share today. But for future, make sure that you are in the private community that I have on Facebook. It's just in a Facebook group. And I'm going to be filling that up with resources and personal stories. What was I saying? Yeah, to frees you up from the bondage so that you can fulfill the calling that God has placed on your life. That is my goal, and that is my dream, is to help Christian women actually transform into the confident and valiant women of God that we're called to be, and who I was even 5 years ago was very, very different to who I am today. And it's because I've started doing all of these things. And God has transformed me. So I'd love to help you on that journey too. But yes, jump over to the group, because I will be in future I'm going to do a rundown of all the supplements I take and why they're good for mental health and what effects that they will actually have on your mental health. Backed up by studies and things. I'm actually even thinking of asking my friend, who is like a crazy expert in this area, to come in and talk to you guys about that, about supplementing for your mental health and the things that you can do and the best supplements to take, and help you pick out supplements that are going to be best for you based on your symptoms and the things that you're struggling with, that is going to be the most cost effective. So anyway, I'm that's kind of been rolling around my brain this morning. So I'm going to reach out to her and see if she can come into the group and do that for us, because I think that would be really beneficial. That's all I had to share. And I will see you tomorrow, because today is Wednesday. So I'll see you tomorrow. And also wait for that post in the private community as well this afternoon. It's an awesome video that I highly recommend.